Hey Style Explorers, welcome back. I want to try something a little different today. So far, I've only focused on Midjourney, but the entire AI world is moving so fast right now that I want to start branching out. Just this week, the pace has been incredible. For instance, image generation is maturing fast. Google added a feature to Gemini that lets you hand it a video, or even just a YouTube link, and it pulls still images out of it. You can generate thumbnails, posters, or an infographic that sums up the whole clip. On the video front, xAI released Grok Imagen 1.5. It produces 720p clips up to 15 seconds long, generates the audio in the same pass, and renders in about 5 seconds. And somehow, it costs around 86% less than its closest competitor. Regulation is catching up too. Europe moved its transparency deadline to December 2nd, after which anyone making AI images, voice, or video for European audiences will have to watermark the content. And it's not just about images. OpenAI built its own chip with Broadcom, claiming it runs about 50% cheaper than current hardware. Google lost a couple more senior researchers to Anthropic and pushed its next flagship model back to July. And for the first time ever, ChatGPT dropped below half of the AI assistant market, while Gemini and Claude both gained ground. It's a lot to keep up with, which is why for the main part of today's video, I'm going back to what I do best, exploring a huge batch of incredible new styles. Let's get into it. Raw, sketchy ink on aged parchment evokes a world of ancient folklore. Its rugged, wild characters feel born from the earth itself. Surreal folk art comes alive with bold, woodcut-inspired linework on aged paper. Its high-contrast palette brings mystical symbols, strange contraptions, and all-seeing eyes to life. Here, nature is transformed into delicate jewellery. Fantastical subjects are crafted from shimmering glass and polished gold, set against a palette of soft, elegant greens and cream. Hand-drawn, expressive ink linework spreads across aged paper, building a surreal, whimsical world filled with melancholic figures and charmingly odd machinery. Sharp black linework and smooth stipple shading define these botanical illustrations. Fused with crisp geometric accents, the style feels both elegant and mystically precise. Whimsical prehistoric creatures come to life in a charming storybook look. Textured digital watercolour meets an earthy palette of warm ochre, cream, and cool, muted teal. Mythic creatures roam a world of hyper-realistic digital art. Vibrant cyan energy transforms familiar animals against earthy landscapes, creating a bold, fantastical vision. Discover a world of surreal retro-futurism, where monumental clocks tower over solitary figures. The cinematic lighting and muted palette create a contemplative, dreamlike atmosphere. Immerse yourself in a world of stark reds and deep shadows. Here, minimalist architecture and dramatic light create a surreal, contemplative mood, exploring solitude and form. Bold linework and rich textures define this energetic style. Set against a vibrant palette of sunny yellow and blue, dynamic figures celebrate with infectious, joyful movement. Dark, hyper-detailed crystalline forms glow with an intense, fiery red. The gritty textures and stark contrast create a raw, powerful, and dangerous energy. Intricate gold linework and sacred geometry emerge from a deep, black void. This mystical style blends cosmic symbols with shimmering energy, evoking ancient, esoteric wisdom. Plunge into a glitchy, psychological nightmare. Dark, textured worlds are torn apart by fiery light, revealing the fractured, tormented souls within. Muted, earthy tones meet sharp, sketchy ink. Characters fuse historical fashion with gritty cybernetic enhancements, creating a uniquely cool concept art feel. Expressive ink linework defines this fantasy world. Its muted, earthy palette, punctuated by warm bursts of colour, creates a timeless, adventurous, and slightly melancholic mood. Like an old master's sketchbook, meticulous cross-hatching and a sepia palette render mysterious figures in heavy, layered, and weathered garments. Shot with a grainy, cinematic quality, this style portrays statuesque warriors from a mythological epic. Rich golds and deep crimsons create a powerful and dramatic mood. Rebellious street art bursts with attitude. Monstrous yet playful characters explode in a chaotic splash of dripping pink, yellow, and cyan. Step into a world of high-stakes tension, captured in grainy, high-contrast black and white. Every shadow holds a secret in this gritty, cinematic atmosphere. With razor-sharp line work and vibrant cell shading, this style pops off the screen. A bold palette of red, black and white defines its cool, urban action aesthetic. Vibrant botanicals are defined by bold, graphic line work and filled with a contemporary palette. The look merges the organic feel of ink with modern artistic colour. Simple, hand-drawn line work sits on a clean white background. A playful pop of scribbled red adds a touch of whimsical warmth. Chaotic energy explodes through scratchy ink lines and a psychedelic rainbow of clashing colours, bringing bizarre, fantastical creatures to life. A surreal, macro world glows with vintage film warmth. Iridescent pinks and purples bathe these insects in an ethereal, otherworldly light. Life is captured on warm, grainy film. Saturated colours pop in these theatrical portraits, each frame exploding with the raw, exuberant energy of pure, uninhibited laughter. Delicate, hand-drawn line work pairs with a soft pastel palette, creating a whimsical and gentle world where adorable living characters come to life. Enter a realm of Gothic fantasy, brought to life with intricate black and white line work. These ornate, storybook-style illustrations blend whimsical characters with an eerie charm. Kinetic energy bursts from intricate, manga-inspired line work that defines powerful figures. It's a gritty, high-impact look that captures raw, athletic intensity. Experience a world of stark silhouettes and bold graphic shapes. With a striking palette of red, black and white, this style creates surreal, noir-infused dreamscapes. Energetic, clean line work explodes with incredible detail. It has a modern comic book dynamism, perfect for capturing characters in fantastical, adventurous scenes. Step into a vibrant storybook world, defined by crisp line work and sun-drenched colours. The polished, digital look blends historical fantasy with a sense of whimsical adventure. Flowing ink and bleeding watercolour washes create an ethereal fantasy world. Deep, energetic blues splash against warm light, bringing mythic figures to life with dynamic energy. Behold a world of steampunk high fashion, where intricate line work and a palette of sage green and bronze bring elegant, Victorian-inspired characters to life. Vibrant graphic work merges whimsical fantasy with a pop art sensibility. A bold palette of teal, orange and magenta pops against distressed, screen-printed textures. Playful, tattoo-inspired characters emerge from bold, clean linework. It's packed with whimsical details and intricate patterns, giving it a fun, modern edge. Sparkling, candy-coloured gradients meet bold linework in a whimsical fantasy. Every digital illustration is a sweet, enchanting creation, bursting with vibrant, magical details. Welcome to a world of grainy, high-contrast noir. Harsh light cuts through dense fog, carving solitary figures out of deep, oppressive urban shadows. Explore a dreamlike world where folklore meets reality, captured in the muted, grainy aesthetic of vintage 1970s film. These surreal scenes feel strangely forgotten. Textured ink lines recall classic woodcuts. It's a high-contrast, black and white world where surreal and intellectual concepts are given whimsical form. Incredibly detailed digital sculptures appear like ornate carvings brought to life. A rich palette of terracotta and green adorns mythic and spiritual figures. Cinematic dark fantasy renders monstrous creatures with hyper-realistic detail. The desaturated, earthy palette creates a somber mood of haunting, intimate beauty. Meticulous ink cross-hatching meets flowing, surreal flourishes. A stark, monochromatic world on textured paper is suddenly ignited by a vibrant, fiery red accent. Bold inkwork and stark crimson clash in a high-contrast brutalist world. Gritty textures and graphic silhouettes create a powerful dystopian mood of overwhelming struggle and survival. Enter a surreal world carved from intricate, flowing lines. In this high-contrast black and white reality, everything vibrates with a hypnotic, dreamlike energy, pulling you in. Majestic animal deities are brought to life through meticulous ink linework. Adorned in ornate, culturally inspired regalia, each creature possesses a powerful and mystical presence. Cross-hatching and graphite shading bring historical artifacts to life. The monochromatic result feels both photorealistic and timeless, like an engraving from a sacred text. Stark, high-contrast linework carries the feel of a classic woodcut. It creates powerful, surreal emblems by blending mythic and industrial imagery. Cosmic sci-fi fuses with ancient mythology in a graphic style. Using intricate linework and a striking palette of red, blue and cream, it creates epic, screen print-like celestial visions. Colossal, biomechanical relics suspend in hazy, alien worlds. A muted palette of ochre and teal defines these surreal monuments, blending ancient myth with a desolate future. Gritty, hyper-detailed ink lines and rich textures form the foundation here. A warm, desaturated palette with dramatic lighting creates a visceral, dark fantasy world. And that's our 50 styles for this round. I'm really curious to hear what you think about the news segment at the start, and if you'd like to see more of that kind of update in future videos. As always, a massive thank you to everyone supporting the channel. Your support is what makes these deep dives possible. Let me know your favourites from this batch in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.